here with King and Queen Exotics.
And we just wanted to get on today and talk to y'all a little bit how we got into this business and what we're doing. And introduce some of our projects that we're going to be starting out and doing and what we have in the works in our breeding project as of right now.
Now, before we get started, I do want to point out some of the merch we got on. Of course, I'm repping the GNS Wicked Reptiles. We've got the Banana Bread Royals over here and Black Diamond Herbs. We love your merchandise and we love supporting you in our videos. Now, the first thing we want to talk about is how we got into ball pythons and what made us get our first snake.
Yeah, so actually it's crazy enough. One day I was at work and she just called me up and was like, hey, I really need to ask you something. Immediately I thought I was in trouble. But then she just told me that actually she wanted to get a snake, and I instantly was just like, yeah, of course. And to my surprise, she was super disappointed in the fact that I just said yes immediately.
I had a whole speech written up on the pros, the cons, whys, like I had everything. And he was just like, yeah, sure. So we got our first ball python from Will Banks, actually. And we got a banana 100% pied, and he was the sweetest boy. We put so much time and effort into watching care guides and trying to make sure he has the best setup. But looking back now, we realized there was a lot of things that new beginners I don't think do properly. And I think there's not enough information out there on how people should set things up right.
Yeah, for sure. Our tanks weren't set up correctly, not enough enrichment, a lot of things we just didn't do right, and over time we corrected. And with that process, it just drove us into getting more snakes and wanting to breed, not just for the money aspect. We wanted to have more snakes and have cooler things and create these really cool combos. And doing that, we need a lot more snakes to hit those odds and we just thought why not, let's make this a business. We love each other, we love what we do, and we love the animals, so it all just made sense.
Yeah, usually when people talk to me and I tell them about snakes and it's starting that conversation, one of the biggest questions is well, how many kinds are there, whatever. And I love being able to say there's over 6,000 types of morphs, and so many people don't know what a morph is. And just knowing that we're able to work with certain things and create things that either have or have never been created before, even though that's rare, that's just so amazing to us. So it's definitely become a huge hobby. And I think one of the biggest things to me especially, well, to both of us, but I'm so big into supporting the reptile community. I hate bullying. I hate the fact that most reptile people can post one thing and then be eaten up in the comments over the stupidest things. So I think just US ARC screams reptile advocacy, that's what we are all about. And we are super big on educating, especially the younger generation, because let's think about it, that's going to be the future reptile generation. And that's why it's so important for everybody to know the do's, the don'ts, the actual knowledge, and to really just try to end that stigma that goes around snakes. How many people do we know that are just terrified of snakes?
So many. But I mean, that also speaks on the fact that we're all learning. It's just a community of learning and teaching and learning from each other. You don't need to be nasty about it. It's just about developing that information. There's things that if we look back on our journey from the beginning, that we look at and we're stupid. We were idiots at that time. So, it's really just learning and being accepted to it, and talking to people with respect and receiving information with respect. You don't have to take everything that everybody says and say, oh, that's a fact. Do your research about it as well. Learn what you want to, but it's all about that. And so that pushed us, seeing that people like Brian Barche or Miguel at Always Evolving Pythons, or Will over at Flawless Exotics, just to name a few, those people, the way their energy isn't just about, of course, awesome snakes and wonderful combos, but about putting more information into the community and supporting each other and uplifting, even especially people like Will at Flawless Exotics. He's always pushing for better morphs, but he's also trying to be very informational to everybody and show everybody that he is new to this, but him and his wife are doing amazing things over there, and it's trial by error, and he's very transparent with it, and I absolutely love it. We want to be like that. We want to show our combos and stuff. And speaking of combos, we have a few different things that we're actually got in the works of, and we're focusing on. We focus on a lot of pied things. So we recently, in this past year, have been purchasing a lot of pieds, females and males. and a lot of things that go into it. Like we're working with clowns into it, spot nose as well. So, just really watching these videos and getting the information and learning these different morphs and things that we like to see together and stuff. Like first time she saw the Batman combo, she was absolutely in love. So, that might be another thing we're looking for. Or lightning pies, she absolutely loved the Exantics with the pies. So that might be something else we look into as well. So it's just the fun of learning so many different morphs and developing into what we want to do with our projects. And it's like we're producing snakes that we will love and that we don't even want to give away, but you gotta sell them, you need the space. So that's what it's all about. It's about the enjoyment and love and the safety and the development of this beautiful art and craft that we have.
Yeah, and I think it's been really cool to go from like having a ball python as just like, oh, I want a pet, to like getting another one because you want another pet, you loved it so much, and then getting another one and realizing like, wow, this is what I want to do. And I think with us, it's been really fun because we have started small. Like, let's face it, like when we first began, all the support that we got was from like friends and family, and most of those people, they just don't understand the snake concept like we do. And over this time, we started to really gain traction and grow your support. And as grateful as we are for it, like it's so amazing to us that we get to share this journey with you guys now, because we are still small, but we have plans and goals, and like I can see everything happening like as clear as day. Like we have the blueprints right here, and I think it's just going to be really fun to take you guys along on this journey. And as we have these eggs about to hatch any day now, like we are really getting into business. Like we are about to have some awesome clutches come out, and we're super excited.
So not only was this an introduction into who we are, but we also wanted an introduction to what we're going to be doing further on in the future. We're not only going to be using this podcast to talk about what we're breeding out and to show our journey through breeding, but also for information. So on the weekly basis, we're going to be trying to, not just us, but friends of us, of other breeders and other people. We're going to get them on the podcast and talk to people who are in the snake business, people who have no idea at all about anything dealing with ball pythons and how they fear about it, or what they fear or don't fear in the snakes in itself. It's just going to be a fun journey, speaking about and other perspectives of people who are in the business, how they got in the business, or people who have no idea about it and what do they view of us, the people who are in the business or dealing with reptiles. So it's going to be an awesome journey.
Yeah, we just want to be known for those people that love you guys, support you guys, and love reptiles, honestly. So you guys stay tuned. We will be seeing you guys next week, but tune in tomorrow because we are joining Untamed and Unhinged Reptile Podcast live on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys come check us out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see y'all soon.